Big wave surfers enjoyed the break at Hollywood Beach in Ventura County near Oxnard today. Some of the waves were tough to catch. People on the beach also enjoyed the show. The temperatures felt like summer. Sean, you could have been out there.
It's a great place. The whole area is beautiful. Of course, we live in a great area and lots of warm weather. Look at that. We tied a record in Santa Barbara. Willing to bet that we've done some more. We'll wait a little while before those come down from the National Weather Service. Look how close we were to that record in Santa Maria. So everybody close. Now, we'll start to back off as we lose this latest Santa Ana event. But here's the interesting part. Look at these temperatures. Warm again, but look at the overnight lows when you compare a few places. Look at Ojai and Ventura. Down along the beaches, it just did not cool off. In fact, Camarillo stayed at 76 degrees for your overnight low, which is just really amazing. Same story north of Point Conception in the mid-60s in San Luis Obispo, but if you went up the Cuesta and over into the southern Salinas Valley, you got a high 30 for a low. So really amazing to see how the difference in where those winds are. And speaking of that, some 60s right now, a few 70s out there, and then you have an 80 in Gaviota. That's 6 degrees off where it was just about 10 minutes ago. So the wind is obviously playing around there, and you can see how much it dries out the sky. Boy, bone dry sky continuing. We're not really getting much in the way of moisture when you have those firmly locked in air masses. Big area of low pressure to our east. I showed this last night just to emphasize how we're just not really seeing any changes in high pressure dominating the west coast. So we stay above normal across the board, and another storm system runs in across the north. But this is where it gets interesting. There's a couple of players coming into the game here for this next event, and you have to look at an area like Daggett, California, and LAX. They're not that far apart. But what's going to happen is an area of low pressure is going to scoot up from the south, and as it does, the pressure difference, and this is what really drives wind, is too much pressure in one area and not enough in another, and the atmosphere wants to balance that out. So it's going to be plus 7 millibars, and what that means in lay terms is a lot of energy wanting to leave that area and running to where it's not. So you also have cold air at the upper levels, and that just equals a very strong wind event in this direction across much of southern and even central California. So I showed you the watches and warnings, and those will stay in play through at least Wednesday. There's the wind for tomorrow, a little Santa Ana burst, and then it kind of backs off by the afternoon. And then watch how busy it gets toward late Monday night and then into early Tuesday. And these are our municipalities, meaning the winds are usually a little bit less there. You get up in those mountains, you're going to probably be talking about winds over 60 miles an hour. Minimal Hurricane 1 speed is about 74, and we could easily surpass that in some areas, especially in Ventura County. And here is the area of low pressure. This thing is really quirky. We don't normally see areas of low pressure forming out here. They do, and they usually drive our weather computers mad because it's hard to deal with. And a little chance of sprinkles might run into the area, but that wrapping around in this direction is going to really amplify the wind event as we get that northeast flow. And then almost immediately, slight chances for rain, as you can notice right there. So watch this. I had to put my rain map into motion, and here comes the rain. And it starts to pop up real quick, shows up San Diego, Baja, and then will we see any of this as we move in tight? The computer says maybe a little bit shows up in our region as we head into the latter half of the work week and toward next weekend. Now, temperatures tomorrow look wonderful. They're going to drop back a little bit as we lose the Santa Ana across much of Southern California. And then by Tuesday, this next event is going to be a lot cooler, and look how much it is affected, even though the wind will really be kicking up and possibly very damaging speeds, but this will be a cooler event. And there are your 70s tomorrow, another nice day, but a little bit cooler. And we're going to be watching the wind as we head toward late MLK Day or Monday, and more toward early Tuesday when we expect to see the winds getting really strong, especially across Ventura County and then down into Southern California. So wind and fire issues across the entire region. We're still seeing some surf out there, of course, no complaints there. It's on the large side, and also as we head out into the channel, you're going to have a lot of chop out there, but it's going to be coming from the land toward the islands, and that means those harbors that normally are on the safe side are going to get really bounced around. So watch Avalon, Catalina, those areas can see a lot of damage with a big Santa Ana wind. And there's your Santa Barbara forecast right there. Nice and then cooler. We drop way back as we head toward next weekend, and those slight chances of sprinkles kind of bounce in and out from about Wednesday, Thursday, and through and into next weekend. So we're trying really hard, Tracy, to get some rain back into the forecast. It looks like wind, colder temperatures, and only a slight chance for sprinkles.